moment, see if anyone's joining. Okay. So Pilates then, guys, it's all very slow and controlled, all right? So don't rush your movements. Work with your breathing, okay? So the breathing will come from the rib cage. I don't know why it's gone all dark again. And I'll talk you through all of that as we go anyway. The important thing is that you listen to your body, you work with what's comfortable for you, and if you have any issues, then I'll change levels anyway, so change and try a different level. If it's really, really uncomfortable, then just rest for a few moments, try joining back in. If it doesn't work for you, then wait until the next exercise, okay? So, let's make a start. Standing nice and upright, nice and tall. Toes and knees point forwards, shoulders down and relaxed. Make sure you're balanced and central. So gently rock from side to side, forwards and backwards. Make sure you've got an even distribution of body weight across both of your feet. You don't feel lopsided, you don't feel like you're leaning. Relax those shoulders down, draw the pelvic floor up, lower it down halfway, and then a little bit further down, so you've got the pelvic floor drawn up. Tighten the belt around your middle, as tight as you can, out halfway, and then out a little bit more, so you can feel the tension around the centre of the body. You've got a neutral, comfortable spine, so find the position where your back feels the most comfortable for you. We refer to that as neutral spine. It's that natural lordotic curve. And then finally, we'll breathe from the rib cage, as I mentioned before. Hands on the ribs, fingertips touch. We take a deep breath in, hands apart. We're now actually moving our fingers, and release. Deep breath in, and release. Good. Relax the arms down and just gently begin to pedal your feet through, one side to the other, carefully raising up an alternating heel Allow your shoulders to gently rotate back one way and the other way. Good. Place the feet down, lift all the way up onto the toes and release. And again, lift up, lengthen the whole body and release. One last time, lift and lengthen and release. Good. Take a step out, reach up and over. Come back into the middle and change sides. So you're bending the leg that you're moving and you're lengthening the leg that's staying in place. You're reaching up and over to lengthen through the waist, lateral flexion through the spine. Last one here. And then in the middle, one arm forwards, one arm backwards. Just begin to look for your hand. Don't allow those hips to move around though, just the arms. And then start to look a little bit further. Lovely. Last one here. And then release the arms down. Take one foot forward, circle the leg round, lift the knee up and balance. Take that foot down, circle round, lift and balance. One more time, circle round, mobilise the hip, lift, balance. Ankle one way, and then the other, and place the foot down. Other leg comes forward, point the toe, circle round, lift up and balance. Toe forward, circle round, lift up and balance. Last one here, circle the leg round, lift the knee up, balance. Ankle is going to go one way and the other, and place the foot down. So you're going to stand towards the back of that mat, lengthen the posture, breathe in, tuck the chin to the chest, and then as you breathe out, begin to roll down through your back. Soften your knees, allow the arms to hang and relax, and then when you're ready, you're going to carefully begin to roll back up, rebuilding the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you get to the top, relax the shoulders and allow the head to come up last. Breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, begin to roll down. At your lowest point, allow those arms to hang and relax. And then when you're ready, rebuild, roll up through the back, stacking each vertebrae one on top of the other. So we'll roll down and make our way to the floor this time, okay? So breathe in, chin to the chest. Breathe out, begin to roll down. At your lowest point, walk your hands forward. So mind you don't slip. My blanket here is a little bit slippery, so be careful, all right? Head is between the arms. My feet have stayed flat on the floor. I'm going to breathe in and bring my knees down. And then I'm going to breathe out and press my feet down again. Breathe in, bringing the knees down. Breathe out, pressing my feet down again. Now, if you have a problem with that, so if your back is uncomfortable, your legs hurt, or you've got high or low blood pressure, you'll come into a cat instead. Rounding the spine as you breathe in, releasing as you breathe out. So in your cat or dog position, I'm going to ask you please, for 2 more breaths. Once you've done your 2, we all come onto our hands and knees. You've got hips distance apart with those legs so they're not touching. Wrist, elbow, shoulder, all in a neat line. Breathe in. As you breathe out, push one leg all the way back. As you breathe in, draw that leg back in. Other leg, breathe out, push it away. Breathe in, draw it back in. So you're going to breathe out to lengthen and in to return. And your core muscles are zipped up. So as the leg pushes away, you should be able to feel a lengthening, a tightening through the core. Good. Now if you want to, that leg can go all the way out and then it can raise. You touch the toe down and draw the leg back in. So only lifting once it's completely straight, lowering it straight so toes touch down at the furthest point before you bring it back in. Now at this point, the hands are exactly where they were. You haven't moved them. I would like to add on another movement. So you're going to breathe out to lengthen and raise. You're going to breathe in, leg comes out to the side. Breathe out, bring the leg back to the middle. And then breathe in to lower and return. So that leg is coming up, pulls away from the body, comes back into the body, and then lowers and returns. Now that sideways movement is optional. So if you don't want it, if it aggravates your lower back, then don't use it, okay? If you want to go further, you can slide the opposite hand out along the floor. Sliding it back in the same time as the leg. Next option, as the leg raises, the arm raises. And then one final option, arm and leg come up, they both move out, they both come in, touch down and draw back in. So carrying on at a level that you have chosen. Not forgetting, of course, your very first option, your level 1, we're not even lifting the leg. We're just pushing it back and pulling it back in. Level 2, lengthen and raise. We were using level 3 to take the leg out and in. Then we're adding an arm, so keeping the hand down or bringing that arm up, taking the arm out or keeping it still. You're going to do one more at your chosen level. One on each leg, okay? Once you have completed those 2, I'm going to ask you to bring your forearms and elbows down. You're going to look down between your wrists and you're going to draw the pelvis up. And straight away we're in level 1 leg pull. Level 2, bring the knees off the floor. Flat back, tummy pulled in tight. Now, if you want level 3, you're going to come up on your hand. The important thing is that your body stays in a straight line. So many times I see this exercise done and people are up on their hands and then they've got their legs wider than their body. No, I'd like a straight line, please. Draw up through the pelvis, so level 3 is there. Head and neck in line with the spine. Level 2, down on the forearms, knees are up. Level 1, knees stay down. Now I still feel that exercise in a level 1, and I've been teaching this for many, many years. Why do I still feel it in that level? Because I'm really engaging my core. I'm drawing up through the centre of my body. I'm aware of my breathing, so I'm using the correct breathing technique. And I'm really just focusing on the strength that's supposed to be coming from around the middle. Strengthening through your core and lumbar spine. And I always think, if you can feel it in a level, why change the level? Yes, you need to challenge yourself, but you need to know that the level you change to, your technique is still as good. So I'm going to ask you for 2 more breaths. Then you're gently going to lower all the way down onto your front. You're going to bring those arms out in a capital E. I'd like you to touch your big toes together and drop your heels out. That way you're more likely to keep your legs down and still and less likely to squeeze from the glutes as well, okay? So elbows in line with your shoulders. Head is down, breathe in. As you breathe out, peel up the chest, but don't move the head. Breathe in, gently lower. Breathe out, peel the chest up. Breathe in, gently lower down. So you're peeling the chest up off the floor. Your belly button should be drawn up, so don't let your belly button touch the floor. Breathing out as you raise, in as you carefully lower. So you could add that extra lift. Breathe out to come up. Breathe in, hold, and then breathe out. You can come up further. And then one breath in to gently lower, but don't drop. Breathe out, first height, breathe in and hold. Breathe out, lift further. Breathe in and lower. All the time, legs are still, core muscles zipped up, pulled in. So this is your swan dive. Strength and mobility through your back. Only going as far as comfortable for you. And I'm going to ask you, please, for one more repetition. Then you can bring those arms in and come back to leg pull. Knees down level 1, knees up level 2, up on those hands at level 3. Remember, it should feel like your belly button is being pulled up towards the ceiling. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in and engaged. Strength from the core and the lower back. And in your leg pull, please complete 3 more deep, full breaths. Once you've completed your 3, you can gently lower and you're going to turn onto one side. Now, as you turn on your side, your body needs to be in a nice straight line, okay? Your head rests down on the arm. Fingers and toes pull away from the body, and this hand is there for your balance should you need it. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, raise those legs up. As you breathe in, lower an inch from the floor. Breathe out, raise the legs up. Do you need your hand there for balance? Could you take it away? Breathe in, lower them down. Now your legs stay stuck together. They move as one unit, squeezing and lifting directly into the obliques, into the waist. Core and lumbar spine in place to keep the posture, to keep the body in that nice, long, straight line. Breathing out as you lift, in as you carefully release. And in this side raise, I'm going to ask you please for 2 more repetitions. Once you've done those 2, legs lower all the way down. Bottom leg is going to bend and tuck under, and your top leg is going to remain straight. But I do want you to change the position of your foot. So I want the toes pointing forwards. So the sole of your foot is now facing the side wall, okay? Everything else, core, neutral spine, everything else is still in place. Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise that leg, keeping it in line with the body. Breathe in. As you breathe out, circle the leg. 5 circles if you can. Breathe in and hold. And then breathe out and change direction. Now these are small circles. Breathe out, rotate. Movement coming from the hip. Breathe in to hold. Change in direction. We're not moving from our foot. We're not moving our knee. The leg is still, it moves from the hip. Hand is there for balance, you can take it away. Might even feel you want to take it over. Just make sure that that movement is controlled. Keep those toes pointing forwards. So hip circle, strength and mobility through the hip. core, lumbar spine and the obliques. I'm going to ask for one more set of circles in each direction, please. Once you've completed those 2 circles, those 2 breaths, you can allow the leg to lower, give it a little rub if you need to. And then from there, you're going to push yourself to sit. Just going to turn the volume off on my phone because it's annoying me that it's gone off 3 times. Not that I'm popular. They're probably all just work emails, to be completely honest. Legs are bent, shoulders down, relax. Chin is up off the chest. So, you're going to breathe in, tilt the pelvis under. Breathe out and rotate to one side. Breathe in, come back to the middle. Breathe out and come up. You can have your arms crossed, which is easier, or lengthen, which is harder. Breathe in to tilt. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, come back to the middle. Breathe out, lift up. So we're working with 2 breaths. Breathe in to tilt, breathe out to rotate. So that's 1. Breathe in to come to the middle. Breathe out to lift up. That's number 2. If you prefer, you can work with your legs straight. If you've got lower back issue, you've got tight, short hamstrings, straight legs may feel more comfortable for you. It's not going to make the exercise any harder or any easier. It's comfort, where you prefer, okay? Breathe in to tilt, breathe out to rotate, breathe in, come to tilt, breathe out, lift up. Strengthen through the core. Lengthen through the back. Keep both sides of the bottom on the floor, working through the waist, through the obliques. Well done. We're not allowing those legs to wobble or those feet to raise. And I'm going to ask you, please, do an equal amount on each side for 1 more on each side. Then once you've done those 2, you're going to carefully allow yourself to lower all the way down onto your back and lengthen your legs all the way out. So make sure you feel comfortable, okay? It takes me a few moments because my back isn't comfortable the best of times. Arms are down by your sides, legs are lengthened, shoulders down and relaxed. Core muscles, engage them, okay? Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise up that right leg, point the toes away from the body. You're going to breathe in, you're going to pull the toes in. You're going to breathe out, you're going to point the toes away. Breathe in, pull the toes in. Breathe out, point the toes away. So the core muscles are zipped up, pulled in. Now if you want to go further, you can have both legs raised and both feet moving at the same time. However, you might have heard my voice change because I was straining. If your lower back feels uncomfortable, or if your tummy domes, so it rounds upwards, then you need to just stick with one leg, okay? And you're going to do 1 more with that leg, and then you're going to allow it to lower. Breathe in, as you breathe out, lift the other leg. Breathe in, bend it towards you. Breathe out, lengthen it away. Both legs are up if you want to work at that level. Everything zipped up, pulled in place. Strengthen through the core and the lumbar spine. I heard a noise from my kitchen. I'm wondering if my husband's back. I don't know what the time is. Good. I'm going to ask you, please, for 2 more. My doggy's got to go and have some blood tests done today. And then you can allow 1 foot at a time to come back down. Bless him. Once you've got both legs back down on the floor, you're going to bend those legs for me. Shoulders down and relax. Find your neutral, comfortable spine. So you should be able to touch your fingertips together under the small of the back. Core muscles in and in place. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring that right leg up into a right angle. Don't allow the heel to drop. Don't allow the leg to raise too high. Just focus on a right angle behind the knee. Shoulders down and relaxed, core muscles engaged. So this is level 1 of the 100. And you can stay here and just use that full deep breathing, okay? If you want to go further, you can lengthen the leg out to 45 degrees, knees are parallel. So that leg isn't too low, it's not pointing to the ceiling, it's pointing to the wall at the other side of the room. Shoulders down, relax. Now if you want to go further, breathe in, breathe out, bring up the upper body, chin off the chest, palms face down, breathe in, breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in, breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can have the upper body up and add the pulse with the leg bent if you prefer. Next and final option would be to bring up the opposite leg, but we're keeping that bent. Spirit level across the hip, bubble of air, central and still. Remember, level 1 is here. Your core muscles in place, keeping the leg in place. And in your level, in the hundreds, can I ask you please for up to 3 more breaths. Have it lengthened and still, with or without the pulse, with or without the other leg raise. Now after you've done your 3, if you've got your left leg raised, take that foot down, lower the upper body, and then bring that leg back to right angle. Keeping the leg bent, right angle behind the knee, breathe in, breathe out, touch the foot down, breathe in and bring it back up. Breathe out, touch the foot down, breathe in and bring it back up. So I'm not allowing my knee to move. The movement is coming right from the top of the leg through the hip flexor. So this is your scissor. Breathe out as you lower, in as you raise. If you want to go further, bring up the other leg, but keep it still. We are just moving that right leg. And we're using our breathing to dictate the pace of that movement. Breathing out to lower, in to return. And I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths. Then you can allow those feet one at a time to come back down. Once the feet are back down on the floor, breathe in, breathe out, bring that left leg up into right angle, holding the leg in place, deep full breaths. Maintain the position, level 1. Level 2, lengthen the leg 45 degrees and hold it in place. Toes pulled away, not up, not right down near the floor, knees in line with each other, yes? Shoulders down and relaxed, abs drawn in. You want to then go further, bring up the upper body, breathe in, breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, breathe out. Want to go further, bring the other leg up. Keep it in a right angle. Remember, you don't have to have that leg raised. You don't even have to have the upper body raised. You can keep it here, level 1. Absolutely your choice. And you can work up and down levels, so you can change your level halfway through if you need to. Just listen to your body, it will tell you what it can do. Going further, level 2, level 3, level 4. I'm going to ask you please for 2 more breaths. If you have got the right leg raised, lower that down first. Upper body returns down. And then bring that leg back to right angle. Remember, keep the angle behind the knee. Movement from the top of the leg through the hip flexor. Breathe in. As you breathe out, touch the foot down. As you breathe in, bring that leg back up. Don't allow the other leg to wobble or drop out. Breathe out as you lower. Breathe in as you raise. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. Breathe out as you lower. In as you raise. If you want to go further, by all means bring up the other leg, but keep it nice and still. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in to raise. Without dropping those heels. Good. So scissor. Strength from the core and the lumbar spine. I always feel the scissor. I can always feel this working through my core. Even with this leg down, because I'm really focusing on keeping that movement slow and controlled, I can really feel my core muscles tense up and react. So I'm going to ask you for one more here, and then 1 foot at a time comes all the way down. And then give yourself a nice long body stretch if you would like to. When you are ready, you're transferring onto your other side. I'm just going to grab a quick drink of water. Lengthening out into that nice straight line. Resting the head down on the arm. Point the fingers, point the toes. Your hand is there for balance, okay? Breathe in. As you breathe out, raise the legs up. They've stayed in line with the body. They've stayed together. Breathe in. They lower an inch from the floor. Breathe out. They raise. Good. So all we're doing is raising and lowering the legs, which are stuck together like glue, moving as one unit. Hand is there for balance. If you don't need it, you're taking it away. Now if you start to lift and then those hips roll, just make the movement a little bit smaller, okay? So it's easier to control. You could bring the arm all the way over. Good. Breathe out as you lift. In as you release. Strengthen right into the core. Breathe out as you raise. In as you release. And I'm going to ask you please, in your side raise, for 2 more repetitions. Once you've done those 2, lower those legs all the way down. Bend the bottom leg and tuck it under. Top leg lengthened, toes pointing forwards. Breathe in, breathe out to raise that leg. Breathe in, as you breathe out, rotate. Up to 5 circles if you can, then you breathe in and hold. And then you breathe out and go back round the other way. Breathe in and hold. Breathe out and rotate. Breathe in and hold. Breathe out and rotate. So hip circle, strength and mobility from the top of that leg through the hip. We're not allowing the whole body to jerk about on the floor, okay? We're controlling that movement. So it's just that hip that's moving. Toes pointing forward, sole of the foot facing away. Hand is wherever you want it to be. Making sure that as you change your hand position, you're not allowing the movement to change. So 1 more in each direction, please. And then once you've done those 2, you can lower that leg, give that hip a little bit of a rub if you need to. So from here, please, you're going to bring yourself round into a box position. Make sure the head and neck are in line with the spine. Core muscles zipped up, pulled in. You're going to sit back on your heels and lengthen out the arms and the shoulders. But also as you sit back on the heels, you're getting a little bit of a stretch into those glutes as well. And release. Bring it back to box position. I'm going to ask you to curl your toes under, walk your hands towards those feet, tuck the chin into the chest. In your own time, you're going to place your feet down and then gradually begin to roll up through the back and rebuild your spine vertebrae by vertebrae all the way to the top. And as you reach the top, relax the shoulders, reset your posture. So once again, neutral, comfortable spine, core muscles pulled up, pulled in. So you've got that tension around the middle of the body. Try and maintain your posture, your core strength throughout the day, okay? Lift up onto your toes. Are you balanced? Whoop. And release. Lift up onto your toes. Balance. And release. One last time. Lift up, balance and hold. Close your eyes if you would like to. And then release. Well done. So that is your Pilates for this morning. You have got Pilates at Witten on a Thursday night and Friday night this week. We did it last night, okay? So Monday, Thursday, Friday, Pilates days at Witten, all right, in the evening. Tomorrow morning, we have got, well, we're starting the day off at 10 o'clock, but we've got 6 classes up for you tomorrow. You're going to have aerobics at 10, HIIT at 11, legs, bumps and tums at 12, Pilates, if you want more, 1 o'clock tomorrow, and then low impact class. So if you do the Pilates and you think, oh, I might quite like to have a little try at a fitness class, low impact, I'm putting that on straight after, a small, like 20-minute gap. So that's going on at 2 o'clock. Now that is going to be all low impact, no jumping around, all right? You might get your heart rate up, which is great, but you're not gonna be with big jumps, burpees, jacks, that sort of thing. It's all going to be low impact based, okay? And then we'll finish at 3 o'clock. We'll have a combat HIIT session. And then if you're going to the sports centre tomorrow night, I will see you at the sports centre. And you've got, actually you've got Pilates tomorrow. Yeah, you have, I think. You've got Pilates tomorrow. So it's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, not Friday. Yeah, so yeah, tomorrow night we'll have Pilates and HIIT. Tonight at Witten, my favourite, we've got aerobics and then legs, bumps and tums. So if I don't see you tonight, try and join in some of the fun tomorrow. If not, take care. Well done. See you all again soon.